I'm sure there's people that know a lot more about carburetors than I do, because I know zero. You are now watching Farming with Duffy Ag. We're back at it. So, got held up the other day. Had things to do. Then it rained. I'm not gonna work outside in this. And yeah, I should get a carport, things like that. A lot of comments that I should put this further back on it. This thing really doesn't weigh that much. With some seed in it, yeah, it's gonna weigh some. But, like, 2-3 people can pick this right up. 2 pretty strong people can pick it up. So it's sitting on the tongue, which it's like this, that it works. So there's a lot of comments, and I'm just trying to answer some of them. They're valid points. People said, oh, turn this tire on, do this. I gotta change the gear mechanism of how it spins if I put the tire in the forward, because it would be spinning the wrong way. So I'm trying to do it, balling on a budget, you know. A lot of good thoughts on the hoses, put couplers in between. I think that's probably what I'm gonna do. Then I can just disconnect there, put the caps in, call it good. What else we got going on? Yeah, the width of it. So I got 10 ports, and I asked my buddies who have them, who have air seeders and whatnot, how many ports you can get, or what distance you can get with the ports. So James Galusha has an air seeder on his Great Plains, and it is a Gandy. It's just painted green, and he has 10 hoses for 24 foot. So I'm gonna have 10 hoses for 20 foot. We'll have to do some trial and error and see what works. But overall, this is gonna be fine. Absolutely fine. A little weight on the front, on the tongue. It's really not that bad. So, and yeah, somebody said put springs, put this. I think putting rubber underneath will make it better, underneath where the 2 support bars are. So I'm probably gonna take this off, because we're gonna see grass, and I'm not confident enough to put that high dollar product in through this until I figure out with cover crop exactly how it should be. So alrighty, let's dive into today. I just got it hooked up. We'll see where we're at now. Probably needs a tune-up, as far as it's been sitting for so long. I don't know how much fuel I actually put into it. We're out of fuel, actually. I didn't put much in it. So I did have the fuel can over here, but it runs. That's always a plus. Ended up running out to Leominster. Need that hose. And Frank was like, hey, Omni and Leominster has those hoses. Like, they're the hose guys. Never been there before. Pretty sweet. Good people, it seemed. So he didn't have any. He said he'd have 100 foot tomorrow for me. I need like 200 foot total. Like 150, 200. So he was gonna get me 100 for tomorrow, and he was gonna order the rest in for next week. Along with, there's a lot of comments like, hey, get some cam lock couplers so you can take it on and off, and you just put the tops on, the cap it. Good thinking, guys. I wasn't sure exactly how I was gonna do it, but he's gonna get me 10 of those. So hopefully we can start diving into more of that. Also, as far as what the motor is doing, the float is stuck. I'm not a carburetor person. I'm sure there's people that watch this that are carburetor people. I have no idea what I'm doing. Also hit up Frank, because he does know a lot about the small engines and stuff like that. And he's like, hey, take it apart, do this, do that. So when we get back, we're we're gonna take that apart, see if it needs a kit. Hopefully we can get it moving. It's just been sitting for so long that the float's stuck and it just drains all the gas into it, and then it floods the motor. So, which makes sense because we got it running and there was no fuel in it, and it was just running on what was left in it. So we'll do that, and then hopefully that runs. And I really gotta rotary mow the one hay field so then we can disc it aggressively and we can seed it, and I got mine to seed. So I don't know if I'm gonna get the air seeder onto those just because of timing and accuracy. I know it will be accurate once we get it set up, but I don't want to spend this high dollar crop on it. So we may run it across, and then I'll run the Brilliant seeder, and then I'll probably run the rolling baskets by itself across it again, so it smooths it out and incorporates some of it in more. That's what I'm thinking. I haven't really made up my mind yet, but I think that would be the best thing, since having rollers would be real nice, but I don't have a set of rollers. Someday, you know, we're slowly building at this one. Alrighty, I'm on Route 2. We'll jump back to the farm and dive into that. We are back, so we're taking the carburetor off. 2 bolts at the top, this bolt down at the bottom, and just a coupler. We should be able to get it out. Got it apart. He said take these 4 bolts out, but you want to be flipped over when you do it, he said, to keep the seal good, maybe. Let me back up so you guys can see. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's people that know a lot more about carburetors than I do, because I know zero. Never really messed around with them in school. A lot of fuel injected stuff, and that was about it. Frank said be careful with the gasket. Yeah, I don't think I had an option, but holy smokes. Frank's got a carb kit, he thinks, so we're gonna go over see Frank. You think we should pester him about whatchamacallit, plow days? Running the oil pull? I think so. Alrighty, we'll jump over there. Big power. We're here with Frank. Hey, the people still want to see the oil puller. You guys got to drop a comment. Alrighty, what are we doing here? You got a gasket.
Gasket.
You put a new, what the hell is that called?
That's the main jet, I believe.
Main jet.
Or the jet. I think it's just one jet in this thing.
Yep. Bunch of odds and ends.
Parts and pieces make it all go.
And then it's got a new
needle.
So that's just the needle. Let's throw it all back together. That goes in between it?
Yeah, this slides on this piece here.
Oh. And then drops down, and that just shuts it off when it floats up.
Yep. And then I took it back off to bend the piece in there.
So that it shut it more?
No, so it's level. You to adjust them sometimes. This one was a little bit out of whack, so let's see what we got. Not too much.
What are you doing?
Close enough.
Maybe we'll be back in action.
Maybe.
We couldn't get any worse than we were, so.
You at least got some new parts in there.
It was full of fuel. Got it back together. We'll have to see what goes on. And it's not all filling up down in there, so. Ooh. It's gonna go. Yeah, this isn't going well. So now the whole case is full of problems. It's coming out the breather. It ran for a little bit there and shut it off, tried it again, and also, well, yeah, I take it there's fuel in there. That's where it's going. Yeah, something's wrong with the motor, which from sitting that long, it's gonna be that way. So I guess I'll go rotary mow. Go up. Go up. Go up. Okay, go back. Yeah, back a little bit. Okay, go up. Go up. Okay, go back. Keep going. I know, you'll go around it. Go up. Good. Go back. Yeah. It doesn't weigh very much. It's just a weird shape. Small engine problem. I don't know. Frank says maybe it's gotta get hot and reseat the seals. Who knows? It hasn't been running that long and then it started having troubles. So it really wasn't running very well either. So it might have had a lot of compression issues to begin with because, yeah. So either I gotta take that off and get it to somebody. I don't feel like messing with it myself, I just don't have the time. Or just buy a different motor. I guess, yeah, engine. Engine. The motor is driven, an engine propels. That's what it is. I know somebody's gonna correct me on that, so that's how I said that. But yeah, we'll go over here. I don't know, like 9 acres. We're just gonna rotary mow it. It's full of weeds. It's got some clover in it, and from there, I'm gonna disc it aggressively because, well, I don't have anything to pull the plows. Which I keep remembering that because we're going to have to do some fall tillage and manure. This thing does not like pulling those just plows. Definitely won't pull my moldboard, so yeah. But I'll go over here, rotary mow this down, go home, hook up the disc, see what time it is then. It's 5:30 right now. And yeah, see what happens. It'd be nice to... I got 2 fields I really need to get grass seed into. And then the cover crop can be a next week thing, which is fine by me, but I'd like to be at least in a boat headed that way. Scrambling to get a boat to put it in. Yeah, so that's what the field ended up looking like. Not very good looking. He said there's a hose that he had laid out, but I don't see it. Yeah, gotta keep an eye. It ran right across there, didn't it? Yep, they rolled it up. Okay. That he had going to that little tree. Well, I'm just rotary mowing it down so it makes it easier to work it, and then we're gonna disc it aggressively. Clover, a lot of the clover's there, but none of the fescue grew. And it was either something was off, or as he said, we got a bunch of rain right after it, and then it dried up. Maybe. I don't know. But we're gonna give it another shot. He said his daughter is getting married next June, and he really wants the place to look good, so, which I don't blame him. I want it to look good too. Going round and round. I was gonna go grab the discs and come over here and start messing around, but I gotta make a service call, so it's part of my job. I got a lot of stuff to make up for, so I'll finish up here. I got like 5 minutes left, and I'll go make that service call. So some updates, I guess. That Peterbilt, Ryan's Peterbilt there, the orange one, the Chelsea PTOs turned out to have a recall on them, and the guy that they got them through or whatnot had 200 of them sitting, kicking around. That just would, they'd engage, disengage. The second you put them back in, they wouldn't work. So yeah, it's always great. China parts, that's what it really is. Which is too bad. Quality has gone by the wayside. Well, they threw a new one in. He was back running 18 hours after he had the issue. Brand new, and it doesn't work. That's annoying. Yeah. So I'm mowing it so that it breaks it up a little bit, makes it easier to disc in, not have clumps and stuff like that. I'm hoping that that works a little better. Yeah. All finished up, folding up and heading home. Oh. Yeah, long day. Again. Never get enough done. Well, appreciate you guys watching along. We're gonna scoot down the road. I'm gonna go do this service call. And hopefully have an okay night. Service calls always make you wonder. They can go good or they can go bad. Appreciate you guys watching along, liking, subscribing, being part of all this fun. Another day in paradise. Gaining slowly. Can't rush perfection, right? So, alrighty. Well, I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.